Hey y'all, hey, happy day to you. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching today's video. Today, we are saying a fond farewell to our wonderful friend Ashley. We have seen her life through all the Sims ages and stages, and it has been anything but boring. I want to personally thank every viewer, every commenter, and every new subscriber that has come along during this journey. I truly enjoy creating and sharing these series with you all. And it touches my heart to see comments from you that you actually like it as well. So again, thank you all. Now for the conclusion of Ashley's saga. Ashley was home. After showing up at the front door, she had a very real and honest conversation with her dad. Dad, look, I love you all. I do. But I'm not willing to come back home and do all that I was doing before I left for university. Being the one responsible for the upkeep of the house and taking care of the kids, that just can't be all my responsibility anymore if you want me here. Ashley, honey, I never wanted that to be your responsibility. After I got disappeared, I know your mom kind of checked out and left all of that work on you, and I'm sorry about that. But things are different now. I would like to just be with all of my kids. Thank you, Dad. You do. I'm home. When her siblings got home, they were all so excited to see Ashley back. You have to remember, for a while, she was not just big sister. She was kind of mom. So having her back in the house felt like that missing piece was back in place. The first thing she wanted to do was talk to the twins. She noticed that when it came time to start the day and leave the house, they didn't. They were both adults, but had no jobs and seemed to be okay with it. That was a no-no for Ashley. So she talked to them. What did they want to be? What were their plans? It turns out that Henrietta wanted to master the guitar skill and be on stage. When she talked to Henry, his goal was a little bigger. He wanted to be a master mixologist and own a bar. So Ashley, being the great big sister that she is, she encouraged the twins. She told Henrietta, "Get out there, do it. There are stages all around town. The more you perform, the better you'll get." Ashley thought about what Henry shared with her and told him the best way to get that skill is to read about it. Get the basic knowledge and then start moonlighting at these bars. Again, both your dreams are totally reachable, but you gotta get out the house. And maybe get a bar with a stage so the two of you can work together. Next, she spoke to the boys. They were both in high school, but not doing the best. I'm talking like one step away from failing. For them, she was a little more stern. Your high school years are done so fast. It'll be over before you know it. I'm not going to send you to boarding school, though that is an option. But I am expecting you to get home and get straight to your homework. You two have each other to rely on. So let's see some teamwork and get those grades up. I'm expecting at least some B's coming through that door. Frank Jr. wanted to rebel a little bit, but Asher reminded him that Ashley just got back home. And she had been in university, so maybe she knew what she was talking about, and they should give it a try. So every day when they got home, they sat down together and got straight to work. Her last conversation was with her dad. He had been working for the police station since she was a little girl, but his career hadn't progressed much. So she wanted him to buckle down, get his skills up, and get in good with his partner so that he could climb up a few steps in his career. And then there was Vito. You didn't forget about Vito, did you? Ashley had given Vito a lot of her background story regarding her family. What it was like growing up in the house, why she no longer had a relationship with her mother, and how much her mindset changed after being away from all of that and having the freedom of university. So when she made the decision to move back home, he pledged to be there with her every step of the way. If she hated it and wanted to escape, he told her that his door is always open to her anytime she wants to come in. Even if she just needed a break, he promised to be her safe space. And if she decided to stay, he would still be right there by her side to give her any help that she needed. Just a freaking sweetheart, this guy. Oh my gosh. It turns out it wasn't as bad as Ashley thought it was going to be. Everyone listened to her suggestions and the house was running really well. But the house was the problem. Nothing had really changed since she last lived there. They were all sleeping in the same room together. There was one bathroom that they all shared and fought over in the morning. The kitchen wasn't set up for a family their size. And even the living room was still set up the way it was when it was just her parents, and the twins. The house definitely needed some upgrading. Since she knew she was going to be staying at the house, she wanted those upgrades done immediately. She took everyone out to the summer festival so that the house could be worked on and invited Vito along. It was the most fun she could ever remember having with her family. She laughed until her stomach hurt, and her smile never left her face. Plus, seeing Vito having a little friendly competition with her brother during the hot dog eating contest warmed her heart. When they got back to the house, they walked into a brand new space. She kept a lot of the rustic feel because that's what her dad really liked about the house. But the kitchen was now big enough for them to all sit down and enjoy a meal together. The living room was set up so that it could be just that, a living room, where they could all sit together and have some fun. No more was it going to be all of them squeezed into one room. Her dad had his own space and bathroom. Her little brother shared a room, but it was set up for some rest and fun. Of course, the twins shared a room because they were just so used to being together. Ashley had her own room that spoke of comfort and home. And there were enough bathrooms where they could now have peaceful mornings. One day while they were out, Vito told her, "Ashley, I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. You really jumped in there and turned things around for your family. You seem so happy now that you're with them again. I love seeing you like this." Henry accepted the money that she offered him and got a little dive bar right outside of town. Henrietta played there and kept the crowd entertained and coming back to hear her more and more. And Henry kept the patrons happy and tipsy. It all worked out. Their dreams really did come true. The boys had really gotten on top of their schoolwork. Even Asher had gotten on the honor roll. What was there not to be happy about? From the moment he met her, Vito knew what he wanted. But he also knew that her family was a big part of her, and he needed to be patient. So, when she told him how everything was working out and how happy she was, He knew that it was time. Ashley was basking in the moment and looking around at her family, and she realized something. It wasn't her whole family that was the drama she didn't want to come back to. Her siblings were great kids, which is why she worked so hard to make sure that they were okay when she was younger and at home. Her dad was a really great father, and all he ever wanted was to be surrounded by his family and see his children grow up. Yes, there was drama in her house growing up, but the person causing the drama was gone. And without her there, the house was finally able to be a home. So, did she make the right decision moving back home? Yeah, she thinks so.